Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are currently re-evaluating a little bit our siege situation here. You can see I've backed off of this siege and this siege, and this is because this army is on their way in. I want to finish up these sieges up here and group up our army a little bit to be able to fight these guys. However, we need to consider that there is a possibility at this point, given our apparent strength. This isn't our real strength, keep in mind. This is our apparent strength. But given our apparent strength, which is what the AI bases their decision-making off of, there's a possibility that we may be attacked externally, and we're very likely to see a Northman invasion soon. However, I don't think either of those are huge deals, even if we lose both of those. I want to get out of this rebellion that we're in right now, and we need to come over here. There we go. I want to get out of this rebellion here, and once we are out of this, then we can put our troops down, and we need to focus in a bit on constructing infrastructure up here. This is kind of our biggest priority right now. Now, we are working on mangonels, and we were working on manorialism, but what we really need to do, we can't really upgrade these castles, but what we can do is we can build additional holdings out here, and these could be 3 castles that we could build here and not care about holding this anymore. That would be fine. So that's something that we need to think about. But let's go ahead and back off here. And I am expecting that we will have a Northman invasion soon-ish? Soon-ish. We'll see when that ends up happening. But these guys are on their way in, and this is why we're backing off. We want a victory. Where is this? Up over here. Okay, that's fine. This siege will be done in about 3 months. Sure, I don't think that siege will be too impactful, but we need to keep in mind that we have ticking war score on our side, and we need to finish up a number of these sieges. So let's see where these guys are planning to go. If they're smart, they'll chase us and just come in over this way and try to interrupt our sieges. So far, that's what they're working on. But let's see how this goes. Oh, what is this? Oh, this guy died, drank himself to death. Okay, at age 58. And so this army, because his heir hasn't rejoined the war, this army is now hostile to these guys. They're not enemies, they're hostile. So they're fighting. That's actually huge. Absolutely fascinating. That was... I don't think that had a huge impact, and apparently our son was stillborn, but I don't think that had a huge impact on the actual outcome over here, but I do think that that is useful for us. I think any way we slice it, that probably would have... been about the same in terms of outcome. I'm going to leave these guys here and let them resupply a bit. We also finished this siege here. We're going to move up over here for the time being. And this siege will wrap up in 3 months, and once these guys make their way in here, I expect this to increase dramatically the sieging speed. Okay. So they've decided to siege here. Oh, because this guy left the war. The guy right here left the war. Okay. The plan is going to be altered because of that. That has had an effect on the landscape, and a pretty big one at that. Now, this isn't going to be helpful to us, obviously. But we have 45 days here. They're going to siege here. I'm okay with this. We're resupplying here. We're going to... Oh, we had an heir. Okay, that's neat. Let's go ahead and make this guy be a focus on stewardship. Okay. We're going to move these guys, I think, off over here. Actually, let's just shift each of these one. Like that. And we'll have all of these guys resupply a bit. These guys will be resupplying as well. Okay. So this siege is definitely progressing a lot faster now. But we don't have enough troops here. We're going to go ahead and split off, say, 600 troops from here, and we're going to move them in. And then these guys, they're going to immediately start moving off over this way. And we're just going to group these together. These guys aren't too important. However, they're a hostile army. They're going to come in here, aren't they? I bet you they are. We'll deal with it. That'll be fine. Imprison that guy? Sure, sounds good. We're at 49% war score right now. And this siege has 2 months left on it approximately. So we'll group these guys together. This is enough troops on its own to come down over here and deal with these guys. I like it. And we're going to group that all up. Yeah, as expected, they're coming in here. And we're going to come down this way. What do we have for leadership? Skill 22. Can we get anybody better? Yeah, skill 23. Okay, we'll group these together. Skill 18. I feel like we should put that skill 22 guy in here. Okay. So we'll win that, and then we'll win that siege. Then these guys can come over here and siege. We're at 52% war score right now, and we would need to come down over here if we wanted more war score. That gives us a stewardship lifestyle perk we're going to take at any cost, because that allows us to sell minor titles for prestige and exchange prestige for gold. That'll get us out of debt for right now. We can call a hunt. We're not going to right now. Okay. He's a true and loyal vassal. Excellent. Okay. So we're going to catch these guys, and hopefully that will net us some decent war score. Are these going to turn around or keep going? I suspect they're going to keep going. Intriguing. They have kept going. No, they're coming back in. This is foolish. This is foolish of them. Why are they doing this? Incredibly foolish. Okay, how are things going over here on this slow siege? Oh, we're not sieging this. Right, we're going to move up to here. Okay. We'll win this, naturally. And we'll just continue that siege, and then we're going to come down over this way. Or, should we just go for their capital? They don't really have troops in the area. Let's just go for the capital. We have another son. Okay. We'll probably need to disinherit him. We're at 50% war score right now. Okay. We just captured his heir. Oh, that's huge. It's so good that we got the heir and not him personally. If we had captured him, he would have left the war. As it is, we're currently 4 months of ticking war score away from ending this. This is so, so huge. 3 months. I'm actually going to bump up to speed 5 quick. 2 months. 1 month. It's over. Okay. Let's enforce those demands. We're putting our troops down immediately because we immediately look way more powerful. Okay. That's huge. Next, we're going to come in over here. We're going to check these. Okay, one of each. We do not have a city over here, but there's one constructing. So we're going to go ahead and build ourselves a castle holding here in our capital. Fantastic. We're also going to immediately switch over to perhaps training commanders. Actually, no, I don't think that's good right now. I think we do need to be on organized levies. And let's increase development in our capital. That is something that needs to happen. Okay, and we're currently doing religious relations. We should probably work on doing some conversions for the moment. Domestic affairs is fine. I'm okay with that. Okay, now we are expecting that the Northmen will still attack us soon. But we have a chance to consolidate here and catch our breath. At long last, I'm expecting this to be a reasonable level of peace. We can change this man's contract. We're going to bump up his feudal taxes. Fantastic. We can also demand a payment from this guy. We're going to do exactly that. And we can ransom prisoners. The question is, do we want to do that? I feel like the answer to that is no. Not right now. Reject. Okay. So, we're working on multiple constructions over here. We're making about 40 gold per month. And what I'm most interested in right now is maxing out our capital province. Increasing our personal power. This is extremely important to us at this time. I'd also like to bump up our crown authority, but we don't have the royal prerogative invention. Inventions is something that we need to work on. But look at this. We are out of war for now. The Northmen will probably attack us soon, but we can handle them easily in this situation. Very, very easily. And we need to take a breather here and work a bit on constructing some holdings over this way. Yeah, we can do those. Those both cost money. I'm not currently interested in that. When can we extort our subjects? Next year. Okay. Sounds good. So we're working on mangonels. That's going to be a while. We may want to actually switch back to manorialism. Yeah, let's do that. I would like to be able to continue to improve our economy. But right now, we need to not be focused on external expansion. If our vassals expand, which they have been, that's fine. We're okay with that. I can't believe we made it through that without yielding territory, except for up here, which we didn't care about. Like, that's huge. Okay, here's the Northmen. This was fully expected. Where are they coming in at? They're coming in over here. Sure, we'll let them come in, and then we'll raise up our troops in response to them. We should be able to crush them extremely quickly. And have no problem with that. We may actually want to ransom our prisoners who are not vassals. So if we go through this again, I know we've done it somewhat recently, but if we go through this and find any prisoners that are not vassals, we can ransom those. All of these are vassals. I mean, this isn't shocking, right? But like this guy. 30 gold. Cool. 50 gold. This will help us develop much, much more quickly. And that's absolutely wonderful. 59 gold. 43 gold, good enough. 10 gold. I wish there was a mass ransom all except vassals. That would be nice. Would not accept. Vassal. Vassal. See, would not accept. Vassal. 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 And would not accept. Okay. That'll net us some gold. Okay. We're probably going to fight them the old-fashioned way here. Yeah, we'll take the prestige here, I think. Yeah, we're not maxed out on prestige, so let's do that. We're also going to come on over here, and when can we start construction on another castle holding? Right now. Do it. So we're going to build this third castle holding fairly soon as well. That's 400 gold each. Where are the actual Northmen? As opposed to the fictional Northmen, presumably. Well, they'll make their way in eventually. In the meantime, we are still restoring our number of troops a bit, and we're stocking up on some cash. There's the actual Northmen. Okay, they're attacking over here. Sounds good. We're going to raise up probably over here, I think. That was not helpful. There we go. And we'll just go ahead and raise our men-at-arms. That'll take 6 months. And then we'll raise somewhere around, I think... I don't like them walking in over here. I don't like them walking in over here at all. Okay. Well, they caught us here. I didn't expect them to actually just walk up over here. This is fine, though. We'll bleed them, and we'll be able to raise additional troops. In fact, we should just start raising some over here immediately. Okay. Yeah, we can call a hunt. And yeah, this is fine. I was a little greedy. It's okay. And they're actually giving up on that siege. Cool. So we're going to raise up all of our troops over here, and these guys are retreating a long ways away, but that's fine. We don't care. One of these days, we'll start gathering. There we go. So our men-at-arms will pop in eventually. Once they do, we'll be fine. Yeah, you can see here we're gathering a decent number. We just need around 10k total. Should have more than enough for that. We have a daughter, okay. And our men-at-arms will pop in shortly, but that's these guys done. I'm not surprised by that. Our daughter is sickly. We're going to move these guys in over here. This is likely enough troops if we had our men-at-arms. But we don't. So we'll just continue gathering for a moment. There we go. In we go. This is plenty. In fact, I'm going to put these guys down. Well, they'll take up to 12 months to return home. It'll be faster to just do this. Stop gathering. It'll be faster to just do this and put this war down in its entirety. That'll be fine. I'm actually going to move up to speed 5 while we move in. There we go. Excellent. Village center has been constructed. Perfect. These guys didn't even walk in. Cool. Wait, now they're attacking us? Foolish. We're going to go up there. No problem whatsoever. This war is over. I was greedy by putting it here for sure. I should have put it like over here. Maybe even just where it is right now. But that's fine. That's completely okay, because this war is over. Get out of here, you Northmen. Now we don't have to deal with them for another 5 years. Perfect. We'll disband those troops, and that gave us a level of fame, which is always great for making sure that we're not going to have additional rebels. And indeed, it looks like we're not. I'm not going to ransom off any vassals for a little while yet. I want to keep an eye on their... actually, what we're most interested in is in here. Technically in here. I want to keep an eye on their average opinion of us. It's coming up, but it's not really high enough to prevent them from joining factions against us. So we'll just hold off for right now and continue working on all of these. Now, we did just get a city center built in one of these locations, yeah. And we can invest in these if we wanted to. But for right now, I want to get an additional castle built over here because we need to get ourselves more troops on the board. This number here is basically the only number that matters right now. Whether we can win wars or not is irrelevant if the AI just continues piling on the wars like it has been in the past. Yes, I will attend your feast. So that is going to be a very, very big deal for us. We should be able to extort our subjects soon, right? Yeah, but we're at an activity right now. We'll see about gaining a friendship. I guess it's not a big deal. He's just a count, after all. But we're going to extort our subjects as soon as we're done here. A diplomacy challenge, huh? You know what? We'll just take the piety. That'll be fine. We can also work on developing our capital, and I think that's something that we should do. This will bump our stress up, for sure. That'll give us a mental break, but let's see what we get out of that. Ooh, athletic. That's a solid one. I like it. That's fantastic. So we are developing our capital, and our development there is coming up nicely. Now, it's always going to be low because of that steppe malice, but that's fine. We don't actually care that much. We're going to work off some stress. Excellent. And we're also going to extort our subjects. Now, where are my loyal subjects? Perfect. 500 gold or 750. We're going to take the 750. And with that, we are, of course, going to build ourselves yet another castle over here. Glorious. So if we look at our succession, this is completely fine, as is. We don't actually have to disinherit anyone. Maybe we should just keep these 3 here, because this is a lot of potential castles. We can have an additional 5 potential castles on top of our current domain holdings. That's very intense, actually. That's a lot of castles. We should continue to think about upgrading some of these locations, like this city here. I would be very interested in upgrading their guilds, mostly because of the county development growth. So let's do that, and then this city over here will also build guilds over here, and also the same thing here. Excellent. That's only 150 gold each, and we're going to try to keep things building fairly constantly for the next little while. We're going to try to be at peace for like the rest of this guy's life for sure. This guy, he'll probably go to war, but we're going to be at peace for a while here, and that is magnificent. Yeah, these are maxed out for their current level, and that's fine. These castles are also maxed out, although, can we build a duchy building here? No, we need the Burrs innovation for this, and we would probably want to build something along the lines of the royal armories, at least for now. We might want to change that later. Now, the Grand Temple we could build here, and that's something we should definitely do. We should save up that cash. Not going to host a feast, not going to call a hunt right now, not going to hold the grand sacrifice. I would like to ransom off those prisoners. But I think that it's still going to be a problem for us with our current troop counts. I don't think we can really afford to do it at this exact moment. So when can we sell our titles next? 1086? Okay. Sounds good. We can grab Avaricious, which is fantastic for us right now. Of course, what that gives us is that sweet plus 15% holding taxes and 2 stewardship. Does that net us an additional domain limit slot? Yes, it does. So we might want to consider constructing a castle out over here. We can do that in just 3 months, and I'm okay with that, ultimately. So our development here in our capital is 14. Not great, but it's okay. We can imprison some criminals here. 100%. Do it. 100%. Do it. Any of these that are 100%, we're going to do. Okay. Only 56. 34. 2. Here's 100%. Excellent. And let's see here. 47, 34, 100. Excellent. 52, 82, 80. Okay, so I think that's all of them that are 100%. And we now have enough gold to construct ourselves a castle holding here. Magnificent. So those are underway. How long on these castle constructions? Not terribly. And the guild halls are not terribly far out either. So that's fine. For now, all we're interested in is developing our capital duchy. Everything else, yeah, we'll fight to defend it. And we're okay if our vassals continue to expand, which they have been. Our vassals are definitely pushing in over here, and I'm okay with that. They can do that all they want. We're not going to push our borders for a little while, though, because we need to solve this rebellion issue, and this is the perfect time to do it. So we are investing. And like I said, this will probably happen for close to the rest of this guy's life. 36 gold per month isn't terrible right now, but we can get that so much higher. 18 months. Sounds good. Now, as far as additional holding constructions out here go, we're not going to prioritize that at this exact moment. We're going to need at some point bailiffs, although that is exposed. So that is a good thing for us. We also need to deal with our vassal limit. That is something that does have to happen here. And we can create empire titles and duchy titles. The duchy titles I'm very interested in doing right now, and that will boost up our prestige quite a lot. So that might be something that we want to spend money on quite soon. As long as we're not spending the money on investments in here, right? This is the top priority. But getting that vassal limit handled is going to be a big deal. These are only duchy titles, so I don't know how many of those are actually going to be super useful. But that is fine. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to work on our investments. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.